Hello students, this is a class of experiential learning ALP 4 to 6, which is 0 plus 10 credits. In this class we are going to discuss about biological waste management through composting. Firstly, we know about composting. Composting is the natural process of rotting or decomposition of organic matter by microorganisms under controlled conditions. Raw organic materials such as crop residues, animal waste, food garbage, some municipal wastes, and so on. In other words, compost is a rich source of organic matter. Soil organic matter plays an important role in sustaining soil fertility, we all know about it, and hence in sustainable agriculture production. In addition to being a source of plant nutrient, it improves the physico-chemical and biological properties of the soil. It is an ecological approach to the soil fertility management, which has favored balanced cropping system or use of natural sources for nutrient supply, insect pest control, or increasing productivity in sustainable manner without harming the ecosystem. Now, discuss about types of composting. Composting can be divided into two categories by the nature of a decomposition process. One is anaerobic composting and second one is aerobic composting. Anaerobic composting is concerned in anaerobic composting, decomposition occurs where oxygen is absent और in limited supply. जब ऑक्सीजन अवेलेबल नहीं होती तो ऐसी कंडीशन में अनाएरोबिक बैक्टीरिया से अनाएरोबिक कंपोस्ट बनता है. अंडर दिस मेथड अनाएरोबिक माइक्रोऑर्गेनिज्म डोमिनेट एंड डेवलप इंटरमीडिएट कंपाउंड्स इंक्लूडिंग मीथेन, ऑर्गेनिक एसिड्स, हाइड्रोजन सल्फाइड एंड अदर सब्सटेंसेस. These substances have strong odors and some present phytotoxicity. It is a low temperature process. The process takes longer time than aerobic composting. This is all about anaerobic composting. Now, aerobic composting. Aerobic composting takes place in the presence of ample oxygen. Just opposite than anaerobic composting. In this process, aerobic microorganisms break down organic matter and produce carbon dioxide, ammonia, water, heat and humus, the relatively stable organic end product. This composting process is shorter than anaerobic composting and undergoes high temperature. उसमें लो टेम्परेचर होता था, इसमें हाई टेम्परेचर इंक्रीज करता है. The heat generated accelerates the breakdown of proteins, fats and complex carbohydrates such as cellulose and hemicellulose, and also destroys many microorganisms that are human or plant pathogens as well as weed seeds. Whereas the concern of aerobic composting process, the aerobic composting process starts with the formation of the pile. In many cases, the temperature rises rapidly to 70 to 80 degrees centigrade within the first couple of days. First, mesophilic organisms, optimum growth temperature range is about 20 to 45 degrees centigrade, multiply rapidly on the readily available sugars and amino acids. They generate heat by their own metabolism and raise the temperature to a point where their own activities become suppressed. Then a few thermophilic fungi and several thermophilic bacteria which has optimum growth temperature is 50 to 70 degrees centigrade or more, continue the process, raising the temperature of the material to 65 degrees centigrade or higher. This peak heating phase is important for the quality of weed seed, quality of composting, and responsible for the decomposition of weed seeds and others. The active composting stage is followed by a curing stage, and the pile temperature decreases gradually. The start of this phase is identified when turning no longer reheats the pile. At this stage, another group of thermophilic fungi starts to grow. These fungi bring about a major phase of decomposition of plant cell wall materials such as cellulose and hemicellulose. Curing of the compost provides a safety net against the risk of using immature compost such as nitrogen, hunger, oxygen deficiency, and toxic effects of organic acids on plants. Eventually, the temperature declines to ambient temperature by the time composting is completed. The pile becomes more uniform and less active biological, although mesophilic organisms recolonize the compost. The material becomes dark brown to black in color. The particles reduce in size and become consistent and soil-like in texture. In the process, the amount of humus increases, the ratio of carbon to nitrogen, means CN ratio, decreases, pH neutralizes, and the exchange capacity of the material increases. Now we are discuss about factors affecting aerobic composting. These are physical parameters, mainly include temperature, moisture content, and organic content. For example, CN ratio. Whereas temperature is concerned, the process of composting involves two temperature ranges. First, mesophilic organism, optimum growth temperature range, we have already discussed about 20 to 45 degrees centigrade. Multiply rapidly on the readily available sugars and amino acids. They generate heat by their own metabolism and raise the temperature to a point where their own activities become suppressed. Then a few thermophilic fungi and several thermophilic bacteria, which is a temperature range about 50 to 70 degrees centigrade or more, continue the process, raising the temperature of the material to 65 degrees centigrade or higher. This peak heating phase is important for the quality of the compost, as the heat kills pathogens and weed seeds the ideal temperature or initial step. Now, about moisture content. The optimum moisture content is known to be between 50 to 60%, where the pile is too dry. Composting occurs more slowly, while a moisture content in excess of 65% develops anaerobic conditions. In practice, it is advisable to start the pile with a moisture content of 50 to 60%, finishing at about 30%. Then after that, CN ratio. Microorganisms require CN, C, N, and phosphorus and potassium as the primary nutrients. Of particular importance is the CN ratio of raw materials. The optimal CN ratio of raw materials is between 25:1 and 30:1. Although ratios between 20:1 and 40:1 are also acceptable, where the ratio is higher than 40:1, the growth of microorganisms is limited, resulting in a longer composting time. अगर रेंज बढ़ जाती है 40 डिग्री के ऊपर, तो हमारे माइक्रोऑर्गेनिज्म जो एक्टिविटीज़ हैं वो कम हो जाती हैं. A CN ratio of less than 20:1 leads to unutilization of N, and the excess may be lost to the atmosphere as ammonia or nitrous oxide, and other can be a problem. The CN ratio of the final product should be between 10:1 and 50:1. It means the ideal CN ratio of the composting is 10:1 to 15:1. Then biological factors. including all the living organisms that control and manage the process of decomposition. Aerobic composting is a dynamic system in which bacteria, actinomycetes, fungi and other biological forms are actively involved. It means कि हमारे जो मेन प्लेयर्स हैं कंपोस्टिंग में, पर्टिकुलरली बैक्टीरिया, एक्टिनोमाइसिटीज एंड फंजाई, और इनमें भी 60 to 70% जो रोल है वो रोल प्ले करता है बैक्टीरिया. तो बैक्टीरिया की बहुत बड़ी इंपॉर्टेंस है. और बैक्टीरिया जो हमारी टेम्परेचर रेंज पीछे हमने डिस्कस की, मीजोफिलिक, थर्मोफिलिक एंड मीजोफिलिक सेकेंड मीन्स रिकवरी फेज, इन सारी फेजेस में टेम्परेचर में ही, टेम्परेचर के अकॉर्डिंग ही जो हमारे माइक्रोब्स हैं, पर्टिकुलरली बैक्टीरिया का सर्वाइवल हम इंश्योर करते हैं. द रिलेटिव preponderance of the one species over another depends upon constantly changing food supply, substrate and temperature conditions. Now, third level of decomposers, these larger creatures, sometimes known as macroorganisms, physically break down the organic material by chewing, tearing, and in some cases sucking it into smaller pieces. Ants, beetles, centipedes, composting worms, flies, and millipedes, slugs, snails, spiders, and so on, are all in this group. And second level of decomposers, the second level of decomposers, for example, springtails, nematodes, beetles, mites, mold mites, and protozoa, eat the organic matter and the organisms that make up the first level decomposers. These tend to be smaller, and the use of a hand lens or stereoscopic microscope is useful to observe them in detail. अगर हम उसको देखना चाहते हैं तो माइक्रोस्कोप कंडीशन में हम इनको देख सकते हैं. Then now first level of decomposers. The first level decomposers are the much smaller microorganisms, and they play the major role in the composting process. They include bacteria, Bacillus or Bacillus brevis, Clostridium, Thermocilium, and Flavobacterium species are some common examples of bacteria involved in the process. Bacteria play a major role, as we discussed earlier, play a major